Robert, you've spent the last 50 years talking and educating us about water. Why haven't you spoken about the air, the toxins in the air that we're breathing? Because we breathe in 15,000 liters of air every single day. And you know, this past year we've spent more time indoors than ever before.
Are you saying I didn't do enough?
I think you need to educate us.
Okay, well, I can help with air because obviously air is a big factor in our health. And that's really my game, is improving people's health. And you're right, we have spent so much time indoors. Indoors has taken on a new factor in our health.
Yeah.
And I would say, one of the things I complain is that the consumer is so uneducated about water. And I would say he's even more uneducated about air.
I would agree.
They have no idea what to do about air. And they have
what
no
is in the air? Tell us some of the things.
Yeah, especially in the home, because of the use of synthetics, plastics, paints, and so on. I know you recall that when people say, "Oh, I don't want the water that's in a plastic bottle." My response is, please don't worry about the plastic bottle because you live in a gas chamber of plastic called your home, okay?
Sure.
And then when you leave your home, you enter an even more powerful gas chamber called your car, because your car is all plastic.
Especially new cars.
Especially new, when they're outgassing.
Yeah.
So things that are made of plastic have things that make the plastic soft, typically. This is a category called plasticizers. That's what makes a bottle softer. Plasticizers make the nice cushiony thing in your surroundings in a car. And everything is a polymer. Plastics are polymers. Your paint is a polymer. Your carpet, yes, there are wool carpets, but not many people have them. They're made out of all the synthetics, and they're just all the little fibers and things are made out of plastic, which just starts out as petroleum, okay? And so all this is outgassing little molecules. And you're breathing it in. And I tell people, look, the bottle isn't the best, but worry about the big stuff called your house and your car.
Right.
So that's what brings us to this point, and where you say, hey, we breathe in. We spent the most time here in indoors than in recent memory. And we're getting used to it, but we're breathing in all the chemicals that we've chosen to make our house out of.
But not only that, we have pathogens, we have mold spores, we have pet dander, all of these allergens
organisms
that people react to. Their immune systems at some point can't handle the onslaught.
And the more you're inside, the more you're depositing loads of pathogens that you exhale. You more skin substances that you're continually shedding as part of nature. So you're right. So that caused us to go, maybe we better help people with an air issue. And so
you came and you told me a story about having an old painting that was all wrapped up, and you brought it into your room, and you had something called the air doctor in your room, and all of a sudden it started going full force.
Okay, so it wasn't a painting.
Okay.
It was painters.
Oh, okay.
So they were, because of problems in the workspace that I have in San Pedro, they had to tear the walls down and get to the plumbing. And then a team comes in and goes, okay, we got to put up new wallboard and paint and do all that stuff. And when they put in wallboard, they use plaster and they spackle or something, and then they smooth it down, and then when it dries, they sand it. And I obviously, when they came in, I immediately put on my air doctor, which I owned, okay? And I was just sitting there, and how quiet it is. It's sitting right next to it.
It's on right now?
It is. We can hardly hear this thing, and it's like, wow, this is a beautifully designed product. But I didn't I didn't see how beautiful it was until I'm sitting there, and the guy's starting to sand the plaster to smooth it out, to paint it, and this thing goes crazy. This thing starts, and I'm going, how does it know? I mean, that's what I said. And then I grabbed the manual quickly.
Yeah, because you just received it, right?
Yes. And I opened them going, it has an electronic sensor for particulate matter. And this thing sensed, I couldn't see it. It was invisible.
So when there's more in the air, it's going to
This
ramp
thing
up.
then, and it just ramped right up to the highest speed. And I'm going, oh my God, I'm impressed. Because in the same room, I have a $900 IQ Air from Switzerland, okay?
Wow.
And it wasn't ramping up, okay?
Interesting.
And this was taking care of it. That's what kind of really impressed me.
Okay.
So this thing ramped up, and you know what? When the particulate, about a half an hour later, it overcome the particulate load. It's not something you can see. It's all microscopic. And boom, it's brought it down. The sensor says, back down to a normal, acceptable level. And it came down to a much more low
I see.
RPM, or so they say, for the fan.
So that's the automatic sensor on it.
Right.
And it's very powerful.
So I know what this does is the things that are in the air, like you said, there are particulate matter from just the dust we bring in, the mites, the microorganisms, the virus, the formaldehyde, the plasticizers. Plasticizers are in the category of VOCs.
Volatile
organic chemicals, volatile organic chemicals. And this has a excellent activated carbon. Here we go with activated carbon again, and its ability
You love to talk about activated carbon.
I love activated carbon. And activated carbon is an adsorber. Ad, not ab, okay? I don't know how many people even pay attention to the different words absorb and adsorb. Absorb is like a sponge, which when you take a sponge, you know the water is throughout the sponge.
Yes.
But adsorb, if your sponge only adsorbs, it would just be on the surface molecules of the sponge surface. Okay? So it's a different. Activated carbon adsorbs.
Okay.
Better than perhaps anything in nature. And so this, and it loves more than anything volatile organic chemicals.
Okay.
And it absorbs them and holds them like, like a fist.
Okay.
And those things are all the chemicals that the world has given us to make our homes out of. Okay?
Of course, of course.
The paint, the carpet, everything. Okay? I mean, this floor, it's not like, I don't know about this one. It's not real wood. It's some kind of a plastic wood. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's everything. This carpet is probably made out of a synthetic.
So we've got the VOC filter in here. What else do
You
we
have a pre-filter to remove gross particulate matter.
Okay, so large particulates
Right,
is the
and it's
first
you know what?
step.
It's kind of like the RO system. It has a pre-filter
Yes.
to like do a first cleaning of particulates. Then comes the VOC filter, which is activated carbon in a very special sealed filter, like composite. And then it has this
The ultra HEPA?
ultra HEPA filter. Now, HEPA filters are known classically as the high efficiency particulate filters. I mean, that's what they're all about. They're used in everything from surgical rooms to, it was a big advancement in air filtration. But this one is an ultra HEPA filter. It's a new generation of HEPA filter that's capable of 0.003 microns.
Filtering all the way down to
And
0.00.
now this is a particulate. This removes virtually any microorganism. I don't know if you know about the sizes of microorganisms, but the smallest bacteria is 0.2 microns. 0.2. And this is removing
Down to
0.003.
0.003.
So you're really down to the area of viruses. And I know this, if I recall, this has passed a test for the best known virus of our day, which I won't discuss, okay? this passed some kind of special criteria for that. So this removes microorganisms from the air, and it was very impressive for me. It was better than my $900 IQ Air from Switzerland.
Much more cost
Because
effective.
it's more technology. I mean, it's much more cost effective, but
Yeah.
it's just newer technology.
And what's nice about it is it's very small and very
It's
thin.
small,
So
you can pick it
move
up.
and you can take it with you. In fact, I just gave one to my mother for Mother's Day, and
Oh.
she wants to take it with her on her trips
Oh my
during
God.
this time.
My God.
Yeah, yeah. So she loves it.
No,
Absolutely
no, no.
loves it.
It is a beautiful, visually beautiful, and a beautiful design at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Highly
it
suggested.
has, it has a beautiful simplicity, touch sensing control. You can increase the speed, you can increase the rate of efficiency, but the point is, it really is fully automatic. It just
Right.
measures particulate matter, and if there's too much,
Just let it go.
it increases, and until it gets it down to the level that it wants.
Well, thank you for educating us on
Well,
the health
I'm not
of
sure
our
I-
air,
Well, good.
as well as our water.
So all we need is a smaller one for the car now, okay?
That would be nice.
You know,
Yeah,
hey, I like that.
I like that idea.
Let's talk about it, okay? Thank you. If you need anything else, give us a ring.